Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Mr. Twister WX, and today we have a lot to talk about: winter weather, fire weather, severe weather. So we are going to get right into it, starting on the Storm Prediction Center homepage, where you can see we have two separate marginal risk areas today. Both of those with the 2% tornado risk. One of those is for southeastern Texas in the Houston area, and the other one is for southeastern Mississippi, central and southeastern Alabama. Both of these also have a 5% wind risk with them, and the Texas area, if you move further west towards the Mexico border and a little bit further south, there is a 5% hail risk, whereas our other area does not have that. Looking at tomorrow, we have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms for portions of eastern Louisiana, southern Mississippi, central and southern Alabama, and western Georgia. So there is a 5% tornado risk with this. This does include New Orleans, Louisiana, Birmingham, Alabama, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Montgomery, Alabama, and Mobile, Alabama, and then a 2% stretching into southeastern Texas, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, central Mississippi. Also a 15% wind risk, so our 15% wind risk shares a similar area with the 5% tornado risk, and the 2% tornado risk shares an area with the 5% risk. And then for hail, it is a less than 5% all areas as of right now. Next, we are going to take a look at the Day 5 outlook, where we have a 15% risk of severe thunderstorms. This was issued yesterday as a Day 6 risk, and Day 6 is pretty far out, so we could potentially maybe even see an enhanced risk for this event. But taking a look at today, there is not much cape in southeastern Texas where we have that tornado threat. There is some cape in Alabama and Mississippi, looks like in the 300 to 400 range, but towards where we have that hail threat now in southern Texas, there is around 700 cape, and then over here again. But this morning, there was not, but on the very southeastern end, there is a couple hundred cape. So that is increasing from where it was at this morning. Taking a look at the GFS in terms of snowfall totals, so much of the country, especially the Midwest, is expecting to see a major winter storm come through. So let's take a look in terms of regions. We'll do north central U.S. So this is right now, and then this is as we go into tomorrow. These totals are a lot less than they were earlier. Some of these areas could have seen up to 8 inches, but looks like in the Ohio Valley, portions of Virginia even could see up to a foot of snow. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And then another storm is set to move through over the weekend. This one's a bit further out, so a bit harder to forecast. But some of these areas overlapping on the other snow totals could see another 5 inches, especially in this general area where my cursor is. Then taking a look at the GFS in terms of just the precipitation. Here are those storms that have the marginal risks today. And then there's that snowstorm that will come through today. It'll form or start in the Colorado, Wyoming area and then move east-northeast towards the northeastern United States, where later this week we could see a snow event up there. And then again this weekend we're expecting to see another snow event. And then on Saturday, these are our severe storms, where we have that 15% severe risk. They could probably move a little bit further south, but that's what we're currently looking at. And then in terms of fire weather, a critical risk today for portions of extreme southeast Arizona, southern and southwestern New Mexico, and then western Texas has an elevated risk. So in the critical risk is El Paso, Texas, Las Cruces, New Mexico, Douglas, Arizona, Deming, New Mexico, and Sunland Park, New Mexico. Then tomorrow's fire weather outlook, the critical moves further eastward, and the major population center is Pecos, Texas. So that's the area. And then looking at the rest of these outlooks, it looks like on Day 5, so Saturday, same day as our potential severe weather, there's another 40% risk there. And then that's all we're keeping an eye on right now in terms of severe weather. Looking at our current radar, much of the country highlighted in pink is under winter storm warnings. In Kansas, this includes the Kansas City Metro, there are under a winter storm warning for total snow accumulations between 4 and 7 inches. This was downgraded. It was initially 5 to 10. So in the pink, that is a winter storm warning, and as you move further south, it's a winter weather advisory in areas like Wichita for total snow accumulations between 2 and 4 inches. And then all throughout Oklahoma, including the Oklahoma City Metro, total ice accumulations around 1/10 to 15/100th of an inch. All of these are through noon tomorrow, I believe. And then much of Utah is under a winter storm watch for heavy snow possible. This looks like mainly the peaks. That's what that outline is, mountain ranges. 14 and 24 inches with 3 feet possible in the upper Cottonwoods and Bear River Range. And then much of Colorado, including Denver, is under a winter weather advisory for total snow accumulation between 2 and 5 inches, I believe, down here. It used to say 2 to 6 inches, now 2 to 5. That's probably the right call. So that's what we're looking at. And then again, in the east, much of the state of Virginia is under a winter storm warning for additional snow accumulations from those current storms moving through between 2 and 4 inches, and ice accumulations up to 1/4 of an inch. Looks like we've got some power outages in Charleston, I believe that's West Virginia, that area. And then on the winter weather radar, a lot of mix and freezing rain over here, and this just seems to be a lot of rain. Where their winter storm warning is for ice accumulations up to 2/10 of an inch. So that is what we are currently looking at in terms of the radar. In terms of live streams this week, I am unsure at the moment if I will be able to go live tomorrow for our slight risk, but there are many other people out there who will be able to provide coverage, and I believe I will be able to go live on Saturday for our severe thunderstorms. And today I am not able to, sadly. So that is what we are looking at in terms of live streams for the week. In terms of our climatological outlooks for precipitation and temperatures, in the Southern California, Central and Southern Nevada, and most of Arizona, there's a 33 and 40% chance of the temperature being above average. And then as you move further east, Albuquerque and Santa Fe, New Mexico, in that 33 and 40% chances. And then in Denver, Colorado, in the 50%, 60% for much of western Kansas, central and eastern Kansas in the 70 and 80%. So in this dark purple area, there is an 80% chance of it being cooler than average the next 6 to 10 days for now. So that's in terms of our temperatures. For precipitation in the next 6 to 10 days, this green over here is a 40% chance of precipitation being above normal and a 33% chance. And then down here, we're expecting our severe weather, another 40% chance. And it is expected to be a 50% chance of being drier than average for much of California. So that is what we are currently looking at in terms of outlooks for precipitation and temperature for the next 6 to 10 days. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider subscribing to the channel, as it helps the channel grow and spread this information to more people. If you have any questions, please comment below, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.